Hello, manifestors. Welcome back. So let's answer a question that is really out there a whole lot because a lot of people are unfortunately misled by some teachings out there. And the question is, do thoughts create? Do thoughts create your reality? So if you want to know the answer to this question once and for all, and not just because I say so, right, but because I'm going to talk to you about what the law says, what the law is showing you on a daily basis. So be sure to watch and listen in all the way to the end of this video, and you will never have any doubt anymore again. Please subscribe, like the video, comment and share if you can so more people like you can have access to this video and become a master manifester that is no longer confused. So the reason why I wanted to make this video, it's because of two recent posts that I posted on Instagram that really showed me, from what I could read in the comments, that so many people out there are confused about what manifests, and they think that they are manifesting from their thoughts. And the reason they think that, it's because they are following law of attraction teaching, or some confused people that kind of talk about both things as if it was the same thing, law of attraction and law of assumption. And because of this confusion, well, it creates a lot of confusion in their mind, and more than confusion, they really believe things that are actually not true, and it makes it so much more complicated for them. And this is probably why many people are struggling with their manifestations, because they are focusing on the wrong thing. And I know for a fact that a lot of people are still confused about this law. I see it from the questions that they are asking. You can read anywhere questions that people are asking, and you're like, wow, do you know the law of assumption to ask such a question already? And the reason why they don't is that, I guess, first of all, they are following the wrong people. People that are maintaining that confusion rather than them moving a level up by listening to the right people that actually are talking about the law as it is. And if you follow the right person, if you read Neville, for example, there are many questions that I see you guys are asking out there that you wouldn't have to ask anymore. I promise you. Because you would know the answer. And of course, I'm not talking about brand new people that have never heard about Neville, never heard about the law of assumption. I'm referring to people that I know for a fact that they've been in this community for a little while. Enough so they should know better. And by the way, since I had someone being critical of me in my last video, I think, or the one before last, I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly, who was saying that I always pick on people's comments and questions, and that is so not true. So first of all, that's your assumption, okay? You may have assumptions that people are bad somehow when they really are not, right? Because the last thing I want to do is hurt people. That's not my job. I help people all day long, every day, even on weekends, right? So I am not accepting comments like that, accusing me of being someone that I'm not. However, as some of my subscribers commented to you, if you make such assumptions, well, that's yours. You need to own your own assumptions, right? And interestingly, if you're doing this with me, which you absolutely don't know, you most likely do it on a general basis, on a regular basis, to a lot of people. You may be assuming that they are a certain way when they're not. And that's a shame, because that's going to affect you. If you assume that someone has a negative intention when they don't, that's going to reflect on you somehow, somewhere, right? Because that's the law. So that's the parenthesis that I wanted to make to start with. So I am going to read the 2 quotes that I posted on Instagram that created a lot of comments showing a huge misunderstanding about thoughts. So this is the first one. Words don't matter that much. Words have very little power on their own. It's the feeling and beliefs behind them that are the driving force. So don't get so attached to how you word your desire fulfilled. The only question you need to ask is, how do I feel being that? So then we got the nice comment from someone. So this person wrote, "Girl, fuck feelings. No, it's not easy for some of us, and that's fine because thoughts create, not feelings. Lol." Well, lol indeed. Because you can tell that, first of all, this person is completely parroting some teachers out there, some coaches, some videos that she's watched. She's parroting it. So she believes that her feelings don't manifest. That's her thoughts that manifest. But first of all, it's because she's never taken the time to go into her past, into her life, into her manifestation history, to realize what manifests in her life. If it's her little thoughts, every single little thought that she has every day, or if it's actually thoughts that were backed up with feelings and beliefs and assumptions, right? So if you are going to parrot someone, you better make sure that you are parroting something that's true, at least, all right? Because the thing is, no, your little thoughts on their own, they don't create your reality. And I will prove to you that is the truth. Not only from what I'm going to tell you, but that's going to help you to see it for yourself. Because that's what I want. I don't want you to take me on my words like this person apparently took whoever she's listening to on their words, without even realizing the truth, really, behind that. I want you to know it for yourself. Now, if you've done everything, you've tried everything, and you're still telling me, no, my little thought creates, then that's fine. Then maybe that's your reality, okay? But let's say for most people, that's not how it works. So I want to tell you how it works, so you can also stop panicking, because I have quite a few clients who are literally panicking about their own thoughts, fearing their own thoughts, because they have listened to teachers that are teaching them that thoughts create. All right? So this is why it's always best to know the truth, because the truth will set you free, as it says in scriptures, right? As opposed to lies. Lies, they will tie you up. It's the complete opposite. So once you know the truth about thoughts, it will set you free. You won't be scared and afraid and paranoid about your own thoughts. The second quote I posted, which created even more comments showing even more confusion, is this one. Thoughts don't create. It's the state that creates. It's your belief and assumptions that create your reality. And that is where your thoughts stem from. The thought on its own has no power whatsoever. And believe it or not, someone even wrote the comment that the thought creates the state. So, needless to tell you, how much confusion exists out there. So, why so much confusion? Well, first of all, I think that most people don't know what a state is. For example, for someone to say that the thought creates the state, first of all, they don't know that all states already exist. We don't create any state, they already exist because creation is finished. States are already all there. Even the Bible talks about that. All states already exist. So whatever states you want to occupy, you don't ever have to create them. They're already there for the taking. Okay? So obviously, you cannot create a state from your thought. Because guess what? It's actually the other way around. A state, it's a psychological place where all your beliefs, assumptions, expectations, reactions, actions, and thoughts already exist. And this is why when you occupy whatever state you are occupying, you are going to have matching thoughts. Thoughts are going to stem from the particular state that you are occupying. So when you are under the illusion that it's your little thoughts that create, it's not the thoughts that create. It's the state that you are occupying, the state that you are in. That's what creates your thoughts, and that's what creates your reality, not the thoughts themselves. I guess it's the same illusion as thinking that it's the sun that is moving. The sun is not moving. It's the earth that's moving, right? So by the time you are an adult, you kind of know that, right? But as a child, you may think that it's the sun that's moving. It's the same thing about your thoughts. It's not the thoughts that are creating anything, because your thoughts are powerless and they stem from your state. It's the state that you are occupying that is creating your reality. Look what Neville says here. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. There are no other causes in your world other than your state of consciousness. So when you believe that your little thoughts create anything, you are giving another cause. You are creating another cause for your reality. And it's not how it works. And unfortunately, the negative side effect of believing that your thoughts create is a side effect that I see on a daily basis, is that a lot of people in this community are afraid of their own thoughts. And when you are afraid of your own thoughts, it's gonna drive you crazy. This is why I was telling you earlier in this video that when you know the law, it's gonna make you feel so free, so much better. When you twist that law, that's when you suffer. And fearing your thoughts, flipping your thoughts, it's suffering to me. But you don't have to. But unfortunately, you have people that spend the better part of their day flipping thoughts. But okay, let's say you flip the thought. And like I said before, if you have a negative thought, yeah, you can flip it. Why not? Better than dwell in it, right? But if you've been flipping thoughts for the whole week, you're going to be quite exhausted. And you are going to feel quite defeated. And guess what? The thought or thoughts they keep on coming back, right? You flip the thought and it's coming back, maybe later that day, maybe later that week, but it will come back. And if you are flipping many different negative thoughts, well, they will all come back at some point. So eventually you'll be keeping on fighting and flipping thoughts. But if you just pause for a minute and understand why you have all those opposite and negative thoughts coming at you, if you take care of the root, and the root being the state, you will notice that your thoughts automatically will start changing. And you won't have to go through this exhausting process of flipping your thoughts and being frightened by them in the process. Now, concretely, to understand that your thoughts don't manifest, first of all, remember, according to experts, we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. Imagine if they all manifested. Oh my goodness, you'd be in big trouble. We would all be in big trouble, right? If every little thought we had on a daily basis manifested. So, to understand that thoughts don't manifest, let's say you are manifesting a specific person and you are well into the state of living in the end, and you really know that your person is yours. You really know that you are in a relationship. You are in that state. But in the meantime, your mother dies. Trust me, for a little while, you are hardly going to think about your SP, and all your thoughts will be about your mother, and all your thoughts will be about being sad. You have a lot of thoughts of sadness because you've just lost your mother. Does that mean that you will manifest based on those thoughts? Does that mean that it's going to affect your state of being in a relationship? No, not at all. It's not going to affect that at all. You are just going to go through a process of having, most likely, most of the day, for a little while, some sad, negative thoughts. Thoughts of loss, thoughts of sadness, thoughts of grief. But it's not going to affect your state of being in a relationship. Or if you are wealthy, it's not going to affect your money situation. You're still going to be a wealthy person who is grieving right now and has thoughts that have nothing to do with wealth, or have thoughts that have nothing to do with relationship. And those thoughts are just thoughts that will be stemming from the fact that you've lost someone very dear to you. But in no way they are going to manifest anything in your life. And that I know for a fact. So observe your own experience. Go back in your past. Go back in your life. And put two and two together. And you will see that what I'm saying right now has happened to you many, many, many times. Same thing about what this person who commented under my first post said. It's not easy for some of us to feel. But that person, like anybody else that is breathing, is feeling something. We always feel something. We either feel that we are in the state where we want to be, or we feel the opposite. But you can't stop feeling. So people are parroting things without thinking and analyzing their own self, their own life, and how they manifest in their lives. And also, if you want to create the assumption, it's not easy for me to feel that I have what I want. Well, that's not going to be easy for you. So why would you create and maintain such an assumption? This is what is called a limiting belief. You are creating and maintaining this limiting belief that it's not easy for you to embody the feeling of being the person that you want to be. Therefore, you're going to make it hard for you to be able to do this easily. If you start assuming that it is easy, trust me, it will become easy. So guys, to sum this up, let's start with a beautiful quote from Neville about states. A state is an attitude of mind, a state of experience with a body of beliefs which you live by. And no, we do not create our state or states with our thoughts. All states already exist because creation is finished. States are all there, from the worst one to the best one, to be occupied. And when you occupy a state, everything that belongs to that state, the beliefs, the assumptions, the expectations, the reactions, the actions, and the thoughts are contained into that state. Focus on the state. Embody a state. Embody the state of your wish fulfilled. And you will see that the thoughts will automatically match. They will match the state that you are in. Because that's all a thought is. A thought stems from your state of consciousness. So I hope this video was helpful to clarify this misconception about thoughts. And hopefully, like I said earlier, I hope this will set you free from fearing and micromanaging your thoughts. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like the video and comment, so this will help this video to be seen by more people who need it very much so. And subscribe if you are new here. See you next time.